I know you're not seeing this yet, so hi, everybody. I guess I'll wait a little bit for people to get in here. Maybe. Who knows? I'll just keep it like this for now. How you doing? Yes, this is. I just decided to do this right now, so yeah. Maybe a few people will get the notifications, or maybe not. Who knows? I guess this is a test. All right, make sure that's on. You're on. Okay, let's go here and look. Yes, that says it's on. I'm not even going to worry about doing the YouTube thingies because, you know, YouTube doesn't give two crap most of the time. So, and it's Saturday. So let's just play one. Shall we? Let's go to that folder. Good morning, Mr. Cricket. How's it going? Yes, I just decided to get, you know. And it's the lovely Sophia. Good afternoon. Yeah, I just decided, what the heck, a couple minutes ago. You know, took most of the puppies out. Come on for about 30 minutes or so. But none of them are, yeah. Got to keep a look on them. But hey, let's just play a song. Let's play a song. Let's play a song. Let's play a song. So you'll shut up. All right. Let's play a song. All right. All right. What do I want to start off with? Let's do this one. A Man Who is Falling Among Thieves. E.E. Cummings.
A man who had fallen among thieves, lay by the roadside on his back, dressed in 15 frayed ideas, wearing a round year for a hat. Fate, Paris, somewhat more than less. Emancipated evening had in return for consciousness, endowed him with a changeless grin. Oh, whereon a dozen storm chandelier citizens did graze at pause, then fired by hyper-civic zeal, sought newer pastures, or because swaddled with the frozen brook of pinkest vomit out of eyes, which noticed nobody, he looked as if he did not care to rise. One hand did nothing on the vest, its white flung friend clenched weakly could dirt, while the mute trouser fly confessed a button solemnly inert. Rushing from whom the stiffened puke, I put him all into my arms, and staggered bang with terror through a million billion trillion stars. Oh, one hand did nothing on the vest, its white flung friend clenched weakly dirt, while the
right, let's do a little check-in. Hey, Irish Mark, good afternoon. And I already said hi to you, Cricket. How's it going? Yes, did you float away yet? It's threatening to here. And I really, really appreciate it, JoJo. And good afternoon. I'm glad it's sunny somewhere because we're expecting another 4 inches of rain today on top of the 4 or 5 we've already gotten. So yeah, it's like I'm need my hip waders out there just to freaking get on. Yes, Joe, and please enjoy your lovely weather on for us. This is supposed to last all day. All right, so yes, we're here just to play some music. Might go over the date and add to the database again, but hey, like our lovely Sophia said, life should be more full of why nots. So let's why not play, if I can bring it up. This one, yay!
As a twig trembles which a bird lights on to sing, then leaves unbent, so is my memory thrilled and stirred. I only know she came and went, as clasped some lake by gusts unriven, the blue dome's measureless content. So my soul held that moment's heaven. I only know she came and went. As at one bound our swift spring heats, the orchard's full of bloom and scent. So clothe her May, my wintry sleeps. I only know she came and went. Stood and met my gaze through the low doorway of my tent. The tent is struck, the vision stays. I only know she came and went. As everyone bound our swift spring heats, the orchard's full of bloom and scent. So clothe her May, my wintry sleeps. I only know she came and went. Oh, when the room grows slow up in bonfires green, wild puffing of emerald trees and flame-filled bushes, thorn blossom lifting in wreaths of smoke between, where the wood fumes up and the watery flickering rushes. I am amazed at this spring, this conflagration of green fires lit on the soil of the earth, this blaze of growing and sparks that puff in wild gyration, faces of people streaming across my gaze. And what fountain of fire am I among this leaping combustion of spring? My spirit is tossed about like a shadow buffet in the throng of flames, a shadow that's gone astray and is lost. And what fountain of fire am I among this leaping combustion of spring? My spirit is tossed about like a shadow buffeted in the throng of flames, a shadow that's gone astray and is lost.
All right, let's go here. Yes, we actually have some people from the West Coast that join us in the morning sometimes when they wake up. But it is like almost 5 o'clock, it's 4:45 in the morning there. And my very last port visit on my last ship in the Navy was actually to Boston, St. Patrick's Day 2012. We did a little thing there and stuff. I had some fun. It could have been better, but, it wasn't worse. And I think now, I don't know if you've seen that movie Fever Pitch. The first time the first ship I was on, they did a port visit up there, and they were actually in the movie Fever Pitch. But yes, there are lots of natural areas here in the natural state. That's why they call it that. My favorite, I can't tell you my favorite. Honestly, I've lived here most of my life, and I've hardly ever gone to the Pinnacle Mountain's good, Paging Mountain, Hot Springs National Park area. So you were shipping up to Boston? Yeah, well, I was on the USS Laboon. I think they've decommissioned her by now. And yeah, we had a port visit in, because they like to do community relations things and stuff like that. I found a cigar shop. I found a cigar shop right there on Boston Common, and just hung out there most of the time. Chinatown was pretty cool. They had some pretty good food, but all right, let's do a little database. Fuck it. Let's just play some more music. What the hell? Oh yeah, I wanted to play this one. Oh, where was it? Here. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day in Boston. I could have partied it up, but I went out by myself. I live in a small town in northeastern Faulkner County called Enola. If you look on my channel, I've actually written about it, and everybody knows where I'm from, so I really don't care. About doxing myself. Will do, Irish. But yeah, I moved here. I was born in I was born in West Virginia, and after I was a little over a year old, my dad me and my family moved out here. So it's their fault. But I'm glad I'm glad I never. Yeah, so I live northeast of Conway. And then, that's where I'm going to go back to school. I'm going back to school at UCA. Oh, yes, I want to tell y'all, people. I want to tell y'all, everybody. Thursday, I got to go by and yeah, it was fun. But like I said, I mainly just walked around and shit by myself because I'm naturally a loner. So, but yeah, I was going to tell you. Thursday, I went to UCA to do I had a little appointment to see an advisor, and you're in East End, just south of Little Rock. Cool. So I went to UCA to talk to admissions counselors and stuff like that. And because I'm a readmit / transfer, I got priority. Also, being a veteran gives me priority when it comes to classes. So, I was able to sign up for 2 in the summer, taking biology and music appreciation of all things. And then in the fall, I'm going to school Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Intro to Rhetoric, the Historian's Craft, and a poetry class. But none of my classes start till 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's not going to interfere with what I do here. I made that choice on purpose, Yep, it is cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm stoked. I'm freaking frightened, but I'm glad I'm finally. I've been wanting to get back in school actually at UCA for a while, and then I had to. This journey's been 3.5 years. Yeah, I had to put myself into exile from the world to work on here. Yes, priorities. Also, UCA has a radio station, and I got to go by there next week. I got to go by UCA next week to talk to the veterans peoples to make sure all my paperwork's done, and I'm going to go by there, go by and see the program director, because I went by there on Thursday, but he wasn't there to see if I can get some of this music that I'm doing here online. And speaking of that, I want to stop yakking my yap. Stop yakking the yap, Brian, and play this one. Piano, D.H. Lawrence. Another one.
Softly in the dusk, a woman is singing to me, taking me back down the vista of years, till I see a child sitting under the piano, in the boom of the tingling strings, and pressing the small poised feet of a mother who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back, till the heart of me weeps to belong to the old Sunday evenings at home, with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the ting piano our guide. So now it is late for the singer who bursts into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato, the glamour of childish days is upon me, my manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. So now it is vain to burst into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato, the glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano, appassionato,
All right. I just had a backwoods internet hiccup. So put a one in the chat if y'all can still see me. Huh. And then let me... Here, let's do this one.
in pungent fruit and bright green wings, or else in any balm or beauty of the earth. Things to be cherished, like the thought of heaven. Divinity must live within herself. Passions of rain, or moods in falling snow, grievings in loneliness, or unsubdued, elations when the forest blooms gusty, emotions on wet roads on autumn nights, all pleasures and all pains, remembering the bough of summer and the winter branch. These are the measures destined for her These are the measures destined for her soul. Give me my hand on his neck and his back, to my breast, my heart ruffling his ribs and their flighty charge. Give me the seagrass bristles on his shoulder blades, and his spine courteous and pliable to wrist. His back is a child's drawing of seagulls flocked. Draw from their dip and rise my linear breath. Were he standing, my tongue could graze the world at the base of his neck and leave my hand to play. Of his back that rounds on darkness like a knot in veneer, shallow, intricate, opaque. A child's drawing of seagulls flocked. I knuckle the air undone by their windward flight, and draw from their dip and rise my linear breath. Were he standing, my tongue could graze the laurel at the base
The sun came up upon the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast and to right half paced into the hall. Red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her gold, the merry minstrelsy. Wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride half paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride half paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, no new, nodding their heads before her goes the merry minstrelsy, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner.
All right, let me hear. Yes, I hope this rotten rain clears up, and it's not supposed to clear up till tomorrow. But yeah, and a bit crackly when playing the songs. I didn't restart. I usually reboot my computer and router, but I didn't do that. Plus, it's bad weather, and I have wireless internet. Yeah, if you go follow my internet cable back to an antenna, yeah. So sometimes the clouds interfere with it. Yeah, that was part of the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. That's what got me. That's one of the things that got me doing this. Because Misha or Ned, Awakened by she turned me on to freaking Suno, put one of my poems to music to it, and it was just like, wow. So I started doing a few of my own, which I'll play you one. I started doing a few of my own, and then I got the idea to do more and to do live reactions. So, yeah, I want to do the hit that on the replay. Of course, I love Dan Walks. He's such a cartoon. I just love him. I eventually want to get out to the Southern California area and meet a bunch of people that I've met on here. Like you, Matt, which I hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. I might be able to do that this summer in between classes. I'm not going to school in most of July and the first part of August. Yeah, and if they placed them strategically around, then and did multiple ones, that's even going to be more in David Miscavige's crawl. Anyway, I could just I can just imagine both of them what they'll say. So I'll probably hit that on the replay crew sometime today. If my dog doesn't freak out, Bella is currently you can see ouch right there. She's currently behind the couch there in the wall because okay, I will. As like I said, I love Dan Walks LA. He's just so funny. He's a cartoon. And the best, and I mean that in all praise. He's just a freaking living, walking cartoon. And he's hilarious. That's the one thing I like about, one of the things I love about this community and everything is all the different characters. I know I'm a character in a way. Everybody's got their own different characters, and we all come together because, and there's more things, like our wise Sophia says, there should be more why nots in this world. Why not? Let's just play. I'll play an original here. Oh, if I can find it. Not that one. Something I wrote. That's cool. Gotta sort my date. Ha ha. How about this one?
Back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. Voices are singing in my head. Bells are ringing, the moon turns red. The pendulum is swinging. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. Terror has been building all these years. The floodgates are yielding, all awash with tears. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. Voices still sing. They scream, don't cry. Bells still ring. Can't really say why. The pendulum is swinging. Back and forth, back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. A million screaming voices, screaming at 10 days. days. A million different choices, can't see through the haze. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. A million screaming voices, screaming in a day. A million different choices, can't see through the haze. The pendulum is swinging. Back and forth, back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth, back and forth. Will they quit singing? Will the voices cease? Will the bells stop ringing? Will they leave me in peace? The pendulum is swinging.
Yeah, I wrote that while I was working at a call center a lifetime ago. Before I joined the Navy, I was like 28. Yeah, I was 27, 28 years old, working at a call center, dealing with a broken heart, doing surveys. Yeah, that's the context of which that was written. All right. Let's do another one here. Oh, I want to do this one here. Let me find it. I want to listen to this one, and I can't because it's my show. And you guys will probably like it too. I hope. Let's go. Alfred Lord Tennyson, Midnight. Oh.
Tis midnight o'er the dimmer's lonely bosom. Dark, dusky, windy midnight swift are driven. The swelling vapors onward, every blossom bathes its bright petals in the tears of heaven. Imperfect, half-seen objects meet the sight. The other half our fancy must portray. One dull, lengthened sheet of swimming light lies the broad lake. The moon conceals her ray, sketched faintly by a pale and lurid gleam, shot through the glimmering clouds. The lovely planet is shrouded in obscurity. The scream of owl is silenced, and the rocks of granite rise tall and drearily, while damp and dank hang the thick willows on the reedy bank. Beneath the gurgling eddy slowly creep, blackened by foliage and the glutting wave that saps eternally the cold grey steep. Sound you within the hollow cave. All earth is loose from his glossy wing. He foul lifts his head at interval. Wet, driving, rainy, come the bursting squalls. All nature wears her dun dead coloring. Tempest is gathered and the bloodhounds yelling. The waterfalls in various cadence chiming, or in one loud unbroken sheet descending. Salute each other from the night's dark womb, the moaning pine trees to the wild blast bending, are pictured faintly through the checkered gloom. The forest halfway up the mountain climbing resound with crash of falling branches quiver. Their age's mossy trunks, the startled doe leaps from a leafy lair. The swelling river winds his broad stream, majestic, deep and slow.
All right, it's tracks like that. This is one of the reasons I do this. I've never been much of a day drinker. Never been much of a drinker, really. This has been my poison of choice. Psychological reasons. I saw a lot of alcohol-fueled violence when I was a teeny tiny lad, and it kind of affects you. But sometimes, the only time I usually drink is with food. Well, I drink all it, but drink alcohol. Well, like I said, I've had a bottle of Irish whiskey, that is, not our Irish, but in my freezer since August. And it's got maybe that far past the next drink. So, yeah. And I've never been much on the clear liquors. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Give me a Long Island iced tea, on the other hand, and we're good. I like that. I had a great day out and about educating classes a few weeks ago. Caught a matinee symphony and snacks. That's awesome. It's always nice to be young at heart, no matter how old you are. Have a little fun. See, that's the problem with the world. People are just way too freaking uptight. Yeah, I'm proud of you too. Thank you. But yeah, people are just way too freaking. I know I'm a conservative person in my personal life. I would call myself reserved, not conservative. Reserved. I am me, Never been much of a lesson. Blah blah blah. It's just, but I like to have fun. Yes, and my internet connection is getting crappy again. So let's go ahead and let's play another one. And what are we going to play? Oh, yeah. Where is it? I was going to change the pace a little bit with my fiddle.
My fiddle, well, I can keep her handy, don't you know? Though I ain't so much inclined to trump the strings and switch the bow as I was before the timber of my elbows got so dry, and my fingers was more limber, like in caperish and spry. Yet I can plunk and plunk and plink and tune her up and play, and just lean back and laugh and wink at every rainy day. My playing's only middlin' tunes I picked up when a boy, the kendo sort of fiddlin' that the folks calls corduroy. The old fat gal and rye straw and my sailors on the sea is the old cowtillions I saw when the chice is left to me. And so I plunk and plunk and plink and rose 'em up my bow, and play the tunes that makes you think the devil's in your toe. I was a loose, a romancing, do-less boy, to tell the truth. a fiddling and a dancing and a wasting of my youth, and acting and a cutting up all sorts of silly pranks that wasn't worth a button of anybody's thanks. But they tell me when I just plink and plonk and plunk and play, my music seemed to have the kink, go driving cares away. That's how this here old fiddle's won my heart's enduring love, from the strings across her middle to the shrieking keys above, from her apron over bridge into the ribbon round her throat. She's a wooing, cooing pigeon singing love me every note. And so I pat her neck and plink her strings with loving hands, and listening close I sometimes think she can do understands. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
oh. Yeah, I love the whimsical feel of that one too. I'm out of coffee. But yeah, maybe I'll find me a fiddle one day. All right, on that note, I'm going to play one more. Let's go out on a high note. Let's get the blood pumping for this rainy Saturday morning. So let me pull it up here. Where is it? Let's do it with this one.
do not suddenly break the branch or hope to find the white heart over the white well. Glance aside, not for lamps, do not spell old enchantments. Let them sleep. But not too deep. Lift your eyes where the roads dip and where the roads rise. Only there where the gray light meets the green air. The hermit chapel, the pilgrim's prayer.
Do we got a troll? Oh boy! My first troll! Yay! You think it sucks? Your problem and your opinion. I personally love it because I love T.S. Eliot, and that's a fucking awesome song. And fuck you! Ban him! Get him, Sophia! Fucking ban that motherfucker! Yeah! Get him, Sophia. Anyways. Oh boy. My first band. Yay. Who cares? Yeah, my first troll. Yay. Who cares? We do not put up with unpleasantness here. My only one rule. This is a neutral space. No unpleasantness. If you're going to be unpleasantness, take it somewhere else. And on that note, my friends, like the banner says, had an awesome day and all that jazz. Oh yeah, I'm at my newest all-time high, 425 subscribers. Yay. All right. Maybe I overreacted there, but oh, who knows? Maybe they just thought the song sucked. All right. But I love it, and that's all that counts. You guys love it, and that's all that counts. You're here, we're here, and now I bid y'all adieu. I'll see y'all out in the chats and stuff, and see you in the next one. Definitely Monday morning. Might do some housekeeping tomorrow morning. I don't know. But coming back Monday for the program I was supposed to do on Thursday. Yay, life. And all you guys out there, stay safe. Don't drown. And especially if you're in my area of the country, stay inside. All right. We'll talk later. Bye.